What's up guys, TGeeks123HD here with It's NHL, the Chell Network, and Energizer, bringing you the Young Guns Team of the Year predictions. For these predictions, we are going to assume that the criteria for the Young Guns is the same as it was last year, which is players on their entry-level contract. In previous years, they've done players 23 and under, and they could do something completely different this year. We don't know for sure, but we're just going with what they did last year as our criteria. We are also assuming that all of the NHL players will be offense-based, point-based, which is different than what they've done in the past too. A couple years ago they had a defensive line, but last year it was all offensive, so we're going to continue that and go with 9 forwards based on offensive performance this year for the forwards, and 4 based on offensive for the defensemen. Also, we did all of our research a few days ago, so the stats are a couple of days old, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference. The first forward shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, it's Connor McDavid. Although he now has 99 points, at the time we looked at the stats he had 36 goals and 58 assists for a total of 94 points. In addition to goals, assists, and points, we also looked at points per game because that factors in later on with some of the players we predict later. So Connor McDavid's points per game is 1.27. The second forward is Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen has 27 goals and 53 assists, which totals up to 80 points. He averages 1.1 points per game. The third forward is a lock to win this year's Calder, it's Matt Barzal. Barzal has scored 20 goals this season and added on 56 assists for a total of 76 points. He averages 1.03 points per game. Starting off the second line, our fourth forward is Patrik Laine. Laine has scored 43 goals this season and also has 25 assists, which is good for 68 total points and 0.93 points per game. The fifth forward from the Toronto Maple Leafs is Mitch Marner. Marner's found the back of the net 20 times this season and also has 43 assists for a total of 63 points and 0.85 goals per game. Points per game, not goals. Now here's where it starts to get interesting. For our sixth forward, we went with Sebastian Aho. Aho has 61 points and 0.87 points per game, split between 26 goals and 35 assists. For our seventh forward, we decided to go with Brock Boeser. Boeser scored 29 goals and 26 assists for a total of 55 points, which is less than some other players that are eligible. However, he played less games and his 0.89 points per game is a lot higher than some other players, so we decided to go with him. Our next forward is included for a similar reason to Boeser, it's Jack Eichel. Eichel's 54 points are not higher than some other eligible players, but his 0.93 points per game is significantly higher. So, like I said, for a similar reason to Boeser, we decided to put Eichel as the 8th slot on our Team of the Year predictions. For the final spot, we decided to go with Austin Matthews. Matthews has scored 29 goals this season and has 22 assists for a total of 51 points. And even though Braden Point, Nikolai Ehlers, William Nylander, and Dylan Larkin all have more total points, Austin Matthews' 0.94 points per game is more than 0.1 higher than all of those players. Do also keep a lookout for those players I mentioned previously, especially Braden Point. He has the same amount of points as Sebastian Aho, he just has more games played, which is why we decided to go with Aho over him. However, he could definitely sneak in there instead of Aho or Boeser or really any of the later players we mentioned. Now on to the defensemen. First up is Mikhail Sergachev. Sergachev has scored 9 goals and has 28 assists in his rookie season for a total of 37 points. Next to Sergachev on the first defensive pairing is Will Butcher. Butcher only has 2 goals this season, but he also has 33 assists for a total of 35 points. Our third defenseman is Ivan Provorov. Provorov has found the back of the net 13 times this season and also has 21 assists for a total of 34 points. Our final defenseman is Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy has 32 points this season, split between 7 goals and 25 assists. Our honorable mention defensemen are Ryan Pulock, Brandon Montour, Noah Hanifin, and Jacob Slavin. And of course, we have to end with the goaltender, and we decided to go with UC Saros. Saros' win-loss record isn't the greatest, however he does have a great 2.44 goals against average and a .925 save percentage, which is far higher than any other eligible goalies. if EA decides to favor wins over goals against average and save percentage, we could see Tristan Jarry take the goalie spot instead. And that is it for this week. That is it for the Young Gun Team of the Year predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. Be sure to subscribe and check out everyone in the description down below, and I will see you guys next week.